The Forbidden City was a mysterious place to young Alice. She had heard stories about it from her parents, but she had never seen it for herself. One day, her family took a trip to Beijing, and Alice finally had the chance to see the Forbidden City up close. Alice was amazed by the size of the Forbidden City. It was so big that it took her several hours to walk around it all. The buildings were all made of red and yellow bricks, and they were decorated with intricate carvings. Alice felt like she had stepped back in time when she walked through the Forbidden City. One of the most impressive buildings in the Forbidden City was the Hall of Supreme Harmony. This was where the Emperor held court. And it was the largest building in the entire complex. Alice could imagine the Emperor sitting on his throne, surrounded by his ministers, as they discussed the affairs of state. Alice also visited the Garden of Perfect Brightness, which was the Emperor's private garden. The garden was full of beautiful flowers and trees, and there was even a small lake. Alice could imagine the Emperor taking a stroll through the garden, enjoying the peace and quiet. Alice spent an entire day exploring the Forbidden City, and she didn't even see everything. She knew that she would never forget her visit to this amazing place. As Alice walked through the Forbidden City, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. She was surrounded by centuries of history and culture, and she felt like she was stepping into another world. She imagined what it must have been like to live in the Forbidden City during its heyday, when it was the center of the Chinese Empire. Alice also thought about the Forbidden City's more recent history. She knew that it had been the home of the last emperor of China, Puyi. Puyi was a young boy when he was forced to abdicate his throne in 1912, and he lived in the Forbidden City until 1924. After that, the Forbidden City was turned into a museum. And it is now one of the most popular tourist destinations in China. Alice was glad that she had the opportunity to visit the Forbidden City. It was a truly magical place, and she knew that she would never forget her visit. The mysterious city was a place of myth and legend. It was said to be located somewhere in the English countryside, but no one knew for sure where. Some said that it was hidden by a magical fog, while others said that it was only visible to those who were truly worthy. One day, a young man named Arthur decided to go in search of the mysterious city. He had heard the stories all his life, and he was determined to find out if they were true. Arthur traveled for many days. But he couldn't find the mysterious city. He was about to give up when he came across an old woman sitting on a bench. "Excuse me," Arthur said. "Can you help me?" "I'm looking for the mysterious city," the old woman smiled. "Of course I can help you," she said. "The mysterious city is right here." Arthur looked around, but he didn't see anything. "Where?" he asked. "It's right in front of you," the old woman said. "But you have to believe in it." Arthur closed his eyes and took a deep breath. When he opened his eyes, he saw the mysterious city for the first time. It was a beautiful place, with towering towers and sparkling lakes. Arthur walked into the mysterious city and was amazed by what he saw. The streets were filled with people from all over the world, and there were shops and restaurants everywhere. Arthur felt like he had stepped into another world. Arthur spent the next few days exploring the mysterious city. He met all sorts of interesting people, and he had many amazing experiences. He learned about the history of the city, and he even learned a few new languages. One day, Arthur was walking through the city when he saw a group of people gathered around a man who was telling stories. Arthur stopped to listen, and he was soon captivated by the man's stories. the man told stories of far-off lands and magical creatures. He told stories of courage and adventure. Arthur had never heard stories like these before, and he was spellbound. When the man finished his stories, Arthur approached him and asked him who he was. "I am the storyteller," the man said. "I travel all over the world, telling stories to anyone who will listen." "Your stories are amazing," Arthur said. "Where do you get them all?" "I get them from the mysterious city," the storyteller said. The mysterious city is a place of magic and wonder. It is a place where anything is possible. Arthur smiled. He knew that he would never forget his time in the mysterious city. It was a place of magic and wonder, and it was a place where he could be anything he wanted to be. Arthur eventually returned home, but he never forgot the mysterious city. He often told stories about his adventures there, and he inspired others to go in search of it themselves. The mysterious city is a place of myth and legend, but it is also a place of hope and possibility. It is a place where anything is possible, and it is a place where dreams can come true.